Hey guys, welcome to Poetica. Poetica is a 1.12.2 mod pack that focuses heavily on TerraFirmaCraft. It's actually kind of like a light version of the TerraFirmaCraft Reloaded 2 pack, made by the same modpack author as well. Verph, I think is how you say it. No, not entirely sure. But this one, it doesn't focus too much on like the tech and magic stuff like TerraFirmaCraft Reloaded does. It's a bit more just about TerraFirmaCraft with a few additional mods to make life easier down the road, so like Tinker's Construct and Pyrotech that will play a role further down the line, more at the end game in TerraFirmaCraft. And we had a TerraFirmaCraft series just running on my channel here, but I really wanted something that has a bit more to it and not just TerraFirmaCraft. How often can I say that word? And so I figured we'll jump into this and we kind of replace the old series with this. I've been messing with this a little bit and so far it's been really awesome. I did make a couple of changes to the pack, so I'm just going to go over this real quick so you guys know. It's also going to be in the description. If there's anything you need to know, it should be all in the description. Always check there. So I added Roguelike Dungeons. Now, the TerraFirmaCraft Reloaded 2 pack has Roguelike Dungeons, and they have custom config files for what they look like and what kind of loot they have. So I copied those config files into this. So if you're playing this pack here as well, and you want the same kind of structures, do that. I will edit the config files a little bit for roguelike down the road and probably modify the loot a little bit because it still spawns some like vanilla tools that are pretty useless in this because they're kind of like broken. They don't actually work as well. So I would like to replace them with some low-level TerraFirmaCraft tools or something. We'll see. I'll do that down the road, I guess. I added Xaeros mini and world map because by default you have to use the antique atlas, which is cool, but it requires iron, which is pretty late in the progression, so I just wanted something that's a bit easier, so we have those. We have here's what you're looking at, just to see what I'm actually looking at, because I'm not 100% familiar with TerraFirmaCraft. I only know kind of the beginning and a little bit of the mid-game, and I don't know what all these different rock types are, so I added that so I can actually look at items and blocks to see what they are. Wall jump is just a mod I've been using recently, and I can't play without. It just makes maneuver moving through Minecraft a bit easier, and I'm just used to it. So I always use it. Item zoom, so I can kind of see what items look like a bit better in the inventory. It just shows you a bigger preview of blocks and so on. It's nice when you build and want to figure out what a block actually looks like. You can see a bit closer up. And then ItemPhysic Lite, just a little bit of physics. You know, ItemPhysics, they kind of fall better on the ground. They lie on the ground. They don't just hover over the ground. At the same time, I removed some mods as well. I got rid of the, I think it's called Harder Worlds or something. Invasions, which basically adds like an invasion every few nights or something. Just a bunch of mobs, invading your base and destroying blocks. I think this one destroys blocks. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't really want the combat to be too difficult. I just want to focus on the survival and, kind of like the resource gathering, that kind of stuff. So I took out some of these things. Zombie awareness is a similar one when you get hurt or something, or if you put down light sources, zombies know about it and they will start swarming you. Just got rid of it. Weathers too, it's a really cool mod. It has like tornadoes and really cool like rainfall and sand storms. I've been using it a lot in the past, and I don't really want to mess with like block destruction or just, tornadoes in my world right now, so I just took it out. Enhanced visuals, which adds sort of like some special effects. If a creeper explodes next to you, it's kind of like a grenade explode next to you, and you hear that beepy sound, and I think your vision gets blurry. If you go underwater, it's like wobbly and stuff. It's cool in concept, but it kind of bothers me, so I took it out. And one I haven't done yet, but there is this money mod in here, so mobs usually drop money when you kill them. I turned off the money drop itself, because there's currently no use for it. It's only kind of used for server play, so you can sell things to people or buy stuff from people. I might, down the road, add a custom trade or something that will sell us certain items, but I don't know if I would want to modify the pack that much. But so the mod is still in there, but I just disabled the drop chance. Also, you might have noticed, but I probably sound a bit nasally. I'm still sick from this whole coronavirus stuff going on. So yeah, it's going to be like this for a while, but that's okay. I think it's not too bad, hopefully. Hopefully you can still listen to me without too much issues. So let's go ahead and start a new world. I think I'm going to go with tfcsc. So if you want to play along, there's a seed. You can use the same one. Always enable cheats in case something goes wrong. You can always fix it, right? so you don't have to open it in LAN first and so on. And yeah, everything else should be good. Classic TFC, let's go. Really beautiful background too, I really like this art. And here we go, the beautiful world. It's actually really nice looking. You may notice I have some different sky and so on. This actually comes with the pack, so if you go to the resource pack section, you'll be seeing this here, the atmosphere and the luminance. It does require Optifine, says here, so you have to install this as well. I guess I could have mentioned that I have to install as well. And some lights are going to be a little bit more colorful. It's almost like you have shaders, but not really. And this one is just like the sky and so on, so you can enable this as well. But yeah, so if you have seen my other TerraFirmaCraft series, you know we haven't made a ton of progress. We made it to like Bismuth Bronze, and then kind of were on a search for kaolinite and so on, and couldn't really find it. Ooh, didn't want to do that. But yeah, in this pack here, for example, there will be things where we can sift for certain resources like gems and so on. If we have issues with finding kaolinite, graphite, which is something we'll need down the road to make progress, oh, that's actually broken. I'll probably like add it to the list of things that can spawn. We do have like rustic in here, which is nice. It's also good because this is a nice early food source. And let me actually turn off the advanced tooltip so it's a bit nicer looking. Yeah, we can actually eat this early on, which is really good, having some easy food early on. But it's also used for like potion brewing. I'm not entirely sure how useful that will be. Let's take a look at the map, because we have one. So there is a bit of a pond, or this might be an ocean, some cliff faces and so on. So looks pretty good so far. First thing we probably want to do is use some stones here, and then just right click. I think you always need at least 2. And I'm gonna make a axe head first, because we can't just punch trees in this. And I'm actually gonna make a second one, because I would like to have 2. So we have 2 axe heads. I'm gonna make some knives, which is like this. We get 2 blades. We need this to get thatch and so on. And I think I'm also going to make a shovel. Let me see. Yes, I remember how to do it. And maybe a javelin, which I think is like this. Yeah, let's make another one, just so we have some things going, I think. Mobs are weaker or stronger against certain damage types. So for example, and also you can see this mouse cursor is weird. That just comes with the pack. I don't know why, but TerraFirmaCraft Reloaded has that too. It's a bit odd, but I'll just keep it for now. If it bothers you guys, or like it bothers me after a while, I might remove it, but for now it's okay. So it should be fine. But yeah, so you know, mobs have certain are resistant or weak or strong against certain damage types. So skeletons, for example, are pretty strong, or actually immune, I believe, to piercing damage, which is what the javelin would do. So they're pretty useless against skeletons, but if you make a hammer, for example, that would be pretty good against skeletons. So there's a little bit stuff like this to consider. But we'll get into all of this. So first of all, let's probably collect some trees. We have some hickory and chestnut here, and there's also this hevea or something. Yeah, hevea. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and chop down a bunch of trees. You just hit the bottom block and it will take down the entire tree. It takes a while, but let's go get some. Oh, there goes our first axe. Wasn't enough to chop down the entire tree, unfortunately, but I think after this we should move on. Ideally, I want to see if we can be somewhat safe for the first night, now that I know a little bit more about what to do and what not to do. So the next big thing is, you know, we need to get some clay, so we can actually make storage vessels, but also like jugs, for example, to drink water. You can see in the bottom here in our thingy we have... and this is all from previous testing things. We have water, thirst, and hunger. Water is easy. You just have to find this fresh water. It's like this more darker blue in like rivers and so on. And you just hold right click and drink it. If you go to like the ocean, you can see it's like a different color of water. That's salt water. Don't drink that. Not a good idea. We also have some animals here, which I might slaughter in a bit. We also need clay. Oh, this is clay, right? Oh yeah, nice. We need clay. So clay is indicated by certain flowers. This is one of them. I think there's like 6 different ones in the 1.12 version. I don't know all of them. The only ones I know is this one here and what's the other one called? Goldenrod, I believe. But yeah, you can see if I even look at this, it says direct clay grass, so we can just mine this up here. Otherwise it's difficult to see if it's not exposed, right? Because the grass covers it, but luckily we were just there, which is awesome. So I'm just gonna grab some of this. Oh, and we found our first ore, Garnerite. I don't actually know what that is. Let's check it out. Right click to pick it up. Little sample. That's nickel. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna mark this for now. Just gonna make a new marker here saying nickel. And then we check this out later. I don't want to fill my inventory with this right now. I think we're probably good on clay here for now. Let's take a look at the map again. I don't know where I want to spend my first night. Oh, the other thing we need though is we need some thatch. So with our little knives here, we just have to break this grass and it will drop this thatch. We'll need this to make pit kilns so we can smelt or I guess cook. I don't know what you actually call it. Our clay vessels and so on. Overnight. It's always good stuff to do overnight. And I think overnight, because there won't be too much we can do unless we get swarmed by mobs, which can happen. We'll talk a little bit about the plans of this series, what my plans are for this, and long-term goals and short-term goals, and kind of talk about that stuff. I think we might be okay. I think I might go see if I can kill an animal, although we do have... Oh, there's a horse, right? There's still like baby horses. When I was playing last, he couldn't actually tame the horses, as far as I know. That does work now, though, which is awesome. I was wondering, I guess we have like our ginseng, is that what you said? Oh, there's more clay over here too if you need more clay. So we might be okay for now. Yeah, there's still a lot of here too, though. So let's maybe go a little bit to this area over here. Although I guess while it's still daytime, I should probably look for ore samples. Let's maybe do that instead. See, the ones we need to find is copper or stuff for bismuth bronze, I think. So ideally we want to find copper. That would be probably the easiest way to start out with. I did notice that, at least it seems like it, that in this pack at least, and in TerraFirmaCraft Reloaded as well, ore samples seem to be a little bit more common, I think. At least I find them a bit more often in this world, or in this pack, than I did in my previous series, where it was just vanilla, or no, you know, basically just TerraFirmaCraft without any changes to it. Yeah, there's the horses here. I don't want to wander off too far. Oh, what is this? Is this gold? Oh, it's gold. Gold. Let's go add a thing. It's already yellow. It's like it knows what color it should be. Although I guess there's a gold color too. Yeah, there's a lot of gold here. There's some bunnies we could kill. I'll leave. Oh no, that's a bear. No, not already. Not a bear already. The problem is, okay, I don't think he saw us. Dude, the bears are vicious. Although I guess he's... I don't see him anymore. I'm scared. I'm gonna go. The bears are vicious. At least early on. So yeah, the other thing is, like, we have, for example, better with mods in here, and it makes it so... Ooh, what is this? Cobaltite. It makes it so that you actually run slower in like certain... let's make it aqua maybe. In like short grass, or this like grass, if you walk over it, you're actually a little bit slower than usual. So running away is a bit more difficult perhaps than usual. Oh, there's a berry bush. We'll pick that up too. So we can place this. It is getting nighttime, which is not a good thing. I was going to check out the mountain here that's over there, but I might have to wait for later just to see if there's like anything good here. Yeah, I don't see any ores yet, unfortunately. Not the ores we need, at least. No copper. So I think we'll have to go... Oh, there's more ginseng. We'll have to go check this out the next day, because we don't want to spend too much time out here. Another berry bush though. So I think I'm gonna go over to this beach, because then we kind of just have to worry about mobs from one side. Oh, hematite. Ooh, okay, that's for later, but let's mark it. Hematite. Let's make it this kind of red color maybe. It's kind of similar. Still not what we need, but that's okay. We'll find it. Like I said, the ore samples are... This is the same one. A little bit more common in this, it seems. Yeah, why don't we hang out at this beach here? Maybe this will be somewhat safe. Maybe on top of this hill. Sure. Let's stay here for the night. Alright, so. some of the first things we have to do, of course, is we could make a campfire so we can make torches. That's an easy thing to do. It's a little bit different in 1.12. First of all, let's make a fire starter. You actually have to... Let's get rid of this too here. Before, I think you only needed sticks. Oh yeah, and there's block gravity, so be careful. But in this one, you actually need... You need 3 sticks and 1 log on a spot. And then you light this on fire by just holding right click. Oh, failed. You can add thatch to it to increase the chance of it working, but I don't think it's worth it. And then there's your fire. Just put a log in here. It will heat up the temperature, and then you can put in sticks, for example, which will make torches. When you make them, you can see it says warming at the bottom. So they have like a heat, so they won't stack right away when you take them out like this. Just have to like, you know, kind of wait a little bit afterwards, and then you can restack them in your inventory so they don't waste too much room there. But we can do this. And we have a little bit of light. Ooh, the Aurora Borealis. And we have a full moon. There is hardcore darkness in this, and you can also see the light is a bit orange or red because of the fire. It's really neat. Yeah, there's hardcore darkness in this pack, but because it's a full moon, you know, the light is a bit brighter than usual. So that's really cool. So let's sort our inventory. Here it is. I don't want to go out too far. I'm just going to like put down torches here for now. They do burn out over time. But I think we can make jack-o'-lanterns in this pack, which I don't think... Oh, there's more clay here. Which I don't think you can actually make in TerraFirmaCraft itself. I don't think so. Let's just actually look this up. Normally, I don't think you can get this. Could be wrong. Or maybe they added that recently. Anyway, so we have our first fire here, which is great. We have some clouds above. That's also food. Oh, okay. We are actually a little bit hungry, and we do have some water down here, fresh water. We can... Okay, that it gives you levitation. Let's stand over the water so we don't die from the fall damage. Well, we get a nice view over the world, I guess. That's weird. I didn't actually know this. Oh boy, I'm a little bit scared. I should be okay. Famous last words, right? Ooh, scary. Okay, let's drink here. There we go. Get our water back up. But yeah, we want to make some containers that we went to like... process. So one of the first things, take your clay, right click. You need, I believe, 5 clay for this. One of the first things we want to do is snap the corner. That gives us a small unfired vessel, and yes, it uses 5. These will be useful for processing ores and also just for storage, so we can store items, which is really nice. So I'm actually gonna make 4 of these just so we have some. When you make the pit kiln, you can always put 4 items into it. Oh, it's not true. There's some items that are bigger than others, so that's good. And then we also want a jug. Now, do I remember how to make the jug? It's like a weird one. Is it like this? Yeah. So this jug will be able to store fluids like the water down there. So it's definitely a nice thing to have. I'm also going to make 4 of these, I think. Our clay... Oh, miss. If you miss, just close it again. It's fine. You don't lose your clay. It only goes away if you like finish something. And then we can actually click here and see. We can like make molds, which we'll need later. I guess what might be worth doing is a large vessel. So this one, you can only put 1 into the pit kiln because it's a larger one. This one is just a bigger storage. Oh, I forgot to keep this lit, I guess. It's okay. And it will also preserve food a little bit better. There is a creeper over there. I think creepers are weak against the javelins, I believe. I could be wrong. Bears, I think, are also weak against the javelins. So what we're just gonna do here is just get rid of some things, and we're gonna dig 3 holes because we have quite a few items that we need to process here. Hopefully we have enough material to do so. Then we're gonna take our small ones first here, and to place them down in this version of 1.12, you have to press a key. In this pack it's V. I don't remember if that's the default key. But you just hold your item, look at the block and press V, it places it on the ground. You can do this with any item, really. You can just do that and then right click to pick it up again. Or if you have like multiple in a slot, just break it. It's like a block or something. You get them all back. Then we put our unfired jars in here, and then also the vessel, which is a big one, right? So to fire this up, we need thatch. 8 of these go in here. You just hold right click until it stops. You don't have to worry about like placing too many. There we go. And then we need logs. Also 8 per thing. Here you have to worry about holding right click, because if I would keep holding it, it's raining. Great. It will place the log on top. So you don't want to do that, I guess. And that's it. Because it's raining, it's gonna make this a bit more difficult, because we don't actually have a roof, right? Oh boy. Stop laughing at me. Like, we can make cobble, for example, but even cobblestone would just fall down. The only thing we could use is logs. Maybe if you build it high enough, we could cover it, because, you know, the fire would burn it otherwise. So what I'm going to try to do is just build some here. And then do it like this. And hopefully that's high enough away that it won't burn down those logs at the top. I'm just going to dig down with it here. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be high enough. The other thing is, like, the rain will turn off these torches too. But let's go try this. So we just have this, and then we take our fire starter. And because I built them like this, where they kind of touch diagonally, I just need to light one of them, and the other ones will kind of like chain react, which is really neat. And of course, it takes a few tries. There we go. See, it just lights them all at once. That might not be high enough. And actually, while we wait, I think I need some food. Why don't we go take care of this little guy here? So the thing about this pack, there we go, we got some food. And of course, food will spoil. We also got a medium height. Is that enough to make a bed? I'm actually not sure. And the bladder, which we need to make a flask out of later. So we can carry water with us, which is nice in a different way. Something that's different in this pack, for example, it uses like a mod called Combat Refined or something. Let me actually turn down the rain sound slightly. It makes it so that we can't just spam attack. You can see the bar is filling up, but it will only let me attack if the bar is full. I'm not sure if I like this or not. I might change this over time. It's not too bad with like fast weapons, of course, but like the slow ones, right? You have to like wait a little bit. Seems to be okay here, actually. So that might be something I'll change over time, but I haven't quite decided yet. I'll see how it is, how I like it. I'll give it a try at least. Alright, while it is still nighttime, although I think it's getting there. It's almost getting daytime again, I believe. Let's talk a bit about my plans while I'm doing stuff. Also, something I just want to quickly mention. If you ever need more sticks for some reason, because you can't find them on the ground, you can also use a knife on leaves, and it has like, I believe it's a 55% chance to give you a stick. So yeah, you can do that as well. And I accidentally destroyed my campfire up here. That's why I'm getting some more. Because I just built a block on top, so we can do this again. Because I want to cook my meat. But yeah, so what's the goal with this? Well, basically just really, you know, live in this world. Make it so the progression of TerraFirmaCraft and the mods beyond there that we have. And just kind of check it out. And also just set up, you know, interesting locations and buildings and that kind of stuff. Just mess with all the things this pack has to offer, or this mod even has to offer. That's kind of like the long-term goal, nothing like super exciting or fancy. My first kind of milestone though that I want to work towards is to get to a jungle biome. The way the biomes work in TerraFirmaCraft, and I didn't actually know there were jungles and so on until today. This looks like a horse over there, like a horse tree. Interesting. Is that the further down you go, the hotter the climate goes, up until to Z20,000. That's like the hottest area. And then it starts to like cool down again. Same with the other way. If you go up to negative 20,000, it's going to be the coldest area. So if you want to find a jungle, we have to go to like, you know, at least 5,000 or 10,000 blocks towards the Z coordinate. And also going left and right changes the temperature slightly, I believe by plus minus 3 degrees or something. So even on the same kind of horizontal line, you can find different types of biomes depending on how hot it is. So that's going to be one of the first things, is just traveling through the world and going there and kind of like gathering things on the way. That's going to be something we'll do a little bit later though, once we have, I think, established some things first, like get some tools and so on. And ideally I would like to get a horse or maybe even a donkey so we can carry some things in a chest. I mean, look at these guys watching me. You know, donkeys should naturally spawn, I believe, but I'm not entirely sure. But you know, if not, we'll get a horse and do that. But look at that, there's our meat here, which is awesome. There is a whole lot of like nutritional stuff here too. It's a bit different in this one. It's not, I believe it before it was like grains, dairy, vegetables, etc. Now it's split up a little bit different. So for example, you can see this meat here gives me some fat and protein, so It's not that much different. It's just like a different way of describing what it is, really. So there we go. Eat up. And I think the higher these are, the more overall health you'll have, or something like this. I'm not entirely sure. Before in 1.7, your health increased with your XP, depending on how much XP you have. But in this one, it's a bit different. So yeah. And then there's also other things like smithing, for example. We can increase this. Agriculture, butchering, because we killed some animals already, it goes up. And I'm not entirely sure what some of these do. I know smithing gives you like bonuses on your tools and weapons to make them better. But I don't know what, for example, butchering. Maybe it gives you more outputs or something. We also have seasons and time and that kind of stuff. So depending on what season it is, certain crops will grow or not, I believe. So yeah, should be pretty cool. But it is... I can't tell if it's daytime or nighttime. Does this trick still work where you look up the clock? I don't think that works anymore. I'm just going to assume it's daytime. It's a bit unfortunate that it's raining. So this is still going. I think I'm going to... I kind of want to explore a little bit. Like I said, I do need to find some copper or something like that. So I'm going to leave this area here for a second. It will keep its, doing a thing. It's still going to take a bit to get fully done there. So let's be a bit risky and go outside, because we don't want to waste too much of the daylight. We'll still probably have some mobs because they don't burn. Ooh. Hi. There we go. Wait, that was a whole javelin? Oh. I saw you. Yeah, see, that does 5 damage against him. The spider would have been weak against the axe, I believe. Wow, these javelins don't last long. I think you can also like throw them like this if you hold right click and let go. Oh, but then it broke. Hematite. That's the same vein we just saw. I do want to check out this mountain weird. Is it? Yeah, is that one over there? Man, I can't believe it's raining on our first day. Oh, there's some rice seeds. I'll take those. Is this done? No. Well, I'll break it anyway, because I don't... Oh, a little wolf puppy. I don't think we'll be staying here for long, so... Might as well take it. I don't think you guys are evil. Hopefully. So I'm gonna still give you a bit of space. What's that noise? Little burp. Yeah, is there anything up here? Look at these guys. Little tusks at the front. That's something I'm not too familiar with it either. How the animal... Oh, there's something here. Stipnite. I believe that's for Mithril. I don't think we need this yet. How the whole like animal stuff works in this. Because they have like hearts and you need to kind of befriend them first. So that's something we'll have to figure out over time. There's some pumpkins. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can just take these and then make jack-o'-lanterns. I'm actually going to do this. Because jack-o'-lanterns don't burn out, which is great. At least they didn't before, so hopefully they didn't do that either. Oh, is that... Oh, that's bismuth. Okay. I guess I'll take it. It's not quite what I need. There's more down here. Trying to figure out where the ore vein is. Does it go this way? There's also a different type of wood here. White cedar. That looks really nice. I might actually grab this. At least one of them. I didn't get a sapling. I believe the saplings are pretty rare in this. And some trees don't give you saplings. I don't know if this is one of them, but... Yeah, it's something to consider. Oh, yes! The rain is gone! Nice, more bismuth. Oh! Oh! This is like exposed bismuth. Okay, nice. We don't even need to find the ore vein. We just found it. Bismuth. Of course, we need a pickaxe, which we can't make yet. So that's what we need copper for, or bismuth. But if we want to do the bismuth stuff, we also need to find zinc. What's this down here? Sugarcane or something? And something else. Let's go grab these two. There's more bismuth. I think that's something I didn't do enough of last time, like collecting like plants and that kind of stuff when I came across them. And then I didn't have too many in the end. So wall jump, by the way, if there's like a 2-block high block, I can like hold shift and like slide down walls, or if I let go, I can like jump up again. But only once, so I can't just keep jumping and jumping. Unless it's between 2 different walls, then I can keep jumping up and down. Or up, rather. So it's pretty cool. It's a nice way to get around so you don't have to pillar up too much. Oh my goodness, look at this guy. Love him. Love him. Sort of want to eat him, but he's not going to be too tasty, is he? There's more bismuth over here. What the heck? Gunpowder? Maybe a creeper died in that corner. Oh, baby bears. That might be mama bear. Let's turn back. It's already getting nighttime. How's it already getting nighttime? I guess because of the rain I wasn't quite aware of when it was daytime, so wasted a little bit of time there. Oh, this is where we've already been, and that's a dead chicken, so I'm guessing either wolf or bear, so let's not stick around there. Nice rhyme. There's a skeleton too. Alright, let's go back to our little area and see if our stuff is done, and then I think we'll have to kind of explore the rest next episode. And we're also getting slowness already because we are thirsty. We have to go drink water. My inventory is full. There we go. Alright, we made it back to our little spot here. I'm just checking if any mobs spawn like right next to it. Doesn't look like it. Our torches still are burning, so I guess the rain didn't actually destroy them. Huh. Pretty sure they usually do. Maybe it's just a chance, or maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. But here's our stuff. It's all cooked, you can see. It's all done cooking. I'm just going to drop some of these things real quick because I need some inventory space. So let's pick up the vessels first, because then we can store things, right? So we can open this. 4 slots, not the best, but we can store our food in there just to make it last a little bit longer, so we don't waste it. Why? Oh, these are like from different dates, I guess. So that's why they're not stacking. But yeah, it's really nice to like store a lot of other things, like your ores we can put in here, right? The bismuth and so on that we found, and like logs or something. Really cool. I'm actually gonna get rid of this cloud buff because I don't think I'm gonna eat it. Then we have our jugs. Let's pick up these guys. One of the best features. You can make music with them. Depending on how high you look, it's a different sound. But we can just walk up to this water, right click and fill it with water. And then we have like potable, drinkable water. Let's just drink that too. And eat some ginseng. And then last but not least is the vessel. So the large vessel lets you just store more things. There's a 9x9. Problem is we can't take this with us. If you shift right click, you can close it, or you can just press the button here, seal it, unseal it. I think this actually makes food last even longer. So for example, in here it says it will expire until or on September 6th, right? If I take this out, my inventory would expire in July already. If I put this in here, it's the same, but if I close it, it's going to be, oh no, September 6th. Okay, it's the same amount as in the vessel, but you know, you can place these down and just have stuff there. And I think you can actually, if you put stuff in there, you can only put certain things. You can see this one says large, light and large. You cannot put stuff in here that's large, only small and medium maybe. Do we have a, here's normal. Yeah, normal goes in there too, but nothing that's large because, you know, it's too big. Can't put that in there. Locks, nope. But if we seal this and break this, we get it in our inventory without the items dropping too. Now, I don't remember if you can only have one of these at the same time in your inventory. I'm not entirely sure. I think this one we might be able to carry multiple. I will have to test it if we have multiple, but yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to call it here for the first episode. Next episode, we will try to find some ore so we can make our first tools and go prospecting and that kind of stuff. I'm just gonna put more drops in here, I guess. And also maybe just, you know, try to find a place to stay at where we can live. So that should be good. But hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye bye.